Guys, welcome back to my channel. So let's get into training game number 2. So today we are going to play a 10 plus 5 game in lichess, and I am going to be commentating on the live game and also analyze briefly after the game. So let's start. Let's find an opponent. So we have gotten an opponent. He is 2328. Let's just see his account a little bit. Russia. Okay. So we are going to start with d4 d4 d5 knight f3. I'm just going to play normal chess, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, let's play my favorite London system. Okay, c5, the main lines, and then let's go e3. takes c captures d4, e captures d4, knight c6, c3 should be played, so let's play c3, bishop f5. So there is two candidates, bishop d3 and bishop b5. Both are fine, but yeah, bishop d3 is more of a London move. Bishop b5 is a good move as well, but queen b6, a4. Yeah, let's just play bishop d3, challenge this bishop. Bishop captures d3, queen captures d3. Normal as usual, e6 and short castles. Bishop d6. We can also trade, I guess, but I don't want to trade that many pieces. The point with knight e5 is that he can go knight h5, bishop g3 and just take. So I believe we're just taking. Bishop captures d6, knight captures d6, rook to e1, just improving the position of the rooks, getting to a half open file and develop the last piece, knight bd2. This is a very much of a equal position. So to be very honest, I like this closed and equal position, closed, simple and equal position, because yeah, then we can outplay our opponent positionally. Because I love to play positional chess. Like tactical chess is something which I am not that good at, so I'm working on my tactics obviously, but I would much rather prefer a positional game rather than a tactical shootout in some Sicilian defense, which I have tried yesterday, which you can check out, training game number 1. Like I tried a crazy Sicilian and got bulldozed by my opponent. Okay, b5. Now my opponent wants some complications. Queen b5, rook b8, and he's coming in. So yeah, this is the first moment to calculate. So what are the candidate moves? There is knight e5. This queen captures b5, obviously. This is the two candidates. Knight f1, knight g3 is also an idea, but okay, the knight is controlling the e4 square, which is very important. Now if you don't do anything, he is just going to push through this pawn with b4. So I guess knight e5 is kind of interesting and important, I guess, because queen b5, rook b8, I don't know, knight e5 is a thing as well, but knight e5, okay, sorry, what am I talking about? Queen e2, rook captures b2. So let's just go with knight e5, our original plan. Now b4 is not really a threat because knight c6, queen c6 and pawn captures b4. We can win a pawn, but obviously it's a double pawns which will be lost ultimately. Now queen b5 is a threat because because the c6 knight would be hanging after that, after rook b8 or something like that. So now you have to play something like a6 or b4. As I have already mentioned, knight c6 is a problem. But then there is b captures c3 as well, so this position is far from being over. B captures c3, queen captures c3, rook to c8, and yeah, rook c8 is also very complicated. So it's not so easy to handle this kind of positions. Like b5 is Such a ludicrous move. Like you cannot even think about this move. But b5 is a very interesting move as well from my opponents. So my opponent is thinking. Let's just pause the video till my opponent makes another move. So my opponent finally makes a move. Rook f to b8, defending the b5 pawn. So we can solidify our knight with f4. But yeah, can also just stop the threat of b4 with a3, but then a5 anyway. The b3 pawn is a huge weakness in some positions. We can even try a rook lift with rook e3, rook g3 maybe. That rook a3, knight g4 is not a thing. So rook e3, rook h3 is a very interesting idea. And we can even double up on the e5. I actually like rook a3 very much. But first let's play a3. Let's stop his plans. Or what? No, we don't need to. Just rook e3 and rook a1 will pressure on these files maybe. So let's think about this position. So rook e3, what is his idea? b4 is obviously idea, but b4 then we can just go c4, and okay, there is no issues. The rook is blocked. So let's just go rook e3. Because knight captures e5 is never a move, because d captures e5 is a very simple fork. So yeah, we just want to double up on the e file maybe, and solidify the knight with f4 in some positions, and then play rook h3, and or even rook f3, try to press on the f7 square. Okay, b4 as usual. So b4 we have thought about c4. So is there any flaw with c4? Let's just think about it. c4, is there any tactical flaw? Knight d4, no, there is not really a lot of flaws. So let's just go c4. Takes, the knight takes will improve another of our pieces, the second knight, if you take. So taking is always bad. Okay, taking is bad, man. Taking is bad because it's knight captures c4, d4, knight c4. Now we are attacking the queen as well as defending the knight. 95 is a thing, of course. 95 is a thing, but then knight captures e5, and you have not gained anything. That's the point. Knight d5, a very simple rook. Okay, now the queen is attacked, so knight e5 is kind of forced, I guess. Knight e5, d5, queen d3, rook d3, and then knight d5 maybe. So knight e5, I guess you can take on d6, and then knight d3, rook d3. No, then the d4 pawn is a huge weakness. So yeah, knight e5 is kind of forced. Yeah, like dc4 I don't really like that much. My opponent is also thinking, which is a good sign, I guess. So let's just pause the video until my opponent makes another move. Okay, he makes a move immediately. So knight captures e5. We have calculated knight captures e5. So yeah, look, just knight captures e5, because if knight captures d6, then knight captures d3, and then our d4 pawn is a huge weakness. So yeah, like white has isolated pawn on the d4 square, but a little bit of space in the center, and maybe some active counterplay as well. With the active rooks, I'll get another rook on the c file or even on the e file, and try to pile up with rook g3, something like that. Okay, so my opponent is immediately pressuring on this square on the d4 pawn. So you can defend it. Can I defend it tactically somehow? Knight c6 can become a fork in some positions. But we can just go rook d1, not really complicating the position, just simple chess. So my opponent plays rook a to c8. Now the threat is queen d4, queen d4, rook d4, rook d4, and rook c1, back rank checkmate. So we just want to prevent any back rank checkmates with a move like h3. Just preventing anything, any back rank stuffs. So yeah, now suddenly black is the one controlling the pace of the game, I guess. Because we have isolated pawn. So c4 was a good move, but I don't think the best move. Like I believe there are much better moves like rook a e1, just getting a rook in the game. Yeah, a5. So I'm thinking about rook f3 and sacking the rook again. Like my brain is always like thinking about the sacrifices, sacrifices, and sacrifice. No, rook f3 is a good move. Very good move. Paralyzing the knight, maybe g4, g5 if possible in some positions. So already a very intense game and interesting game. My opponent is thinking. So let him think. So my opponent plays rook c7, already defending the pawn on f7, over protecting the pawn. So let's think about what can we do. Maybe knight c4 is a thing. g4 g5 is a thing, but g4 is always a weakening move most of the times. So this position is very interesting and complicated as well. Maybe queen b5 is a move, just attacking those weak pawns on the queen side. Yeah, queen b5 is a very interesting move. Let's just go for it, queen b5. There is no queen captures on e5 because queen captures e5. Even d captures e5, there is no issues. Yeah, we are just attacking the weak pawns, man. Now you have to play a passive move like rook to 8 or queen d5, which is a very active move. Okay, queen d5. If he takes, then knight takes or rook takes. So I'm not really going to take this queen because we cannot exchange. We have an isolated pawn, so we cannot exchange the pawns easily. So let's just go queen to e2. Oh, I've realized I've just blundered the a2 pawn beautifully, as usual. But maybe there is some rook f6 things going on. Okay, rook to c1. I badly wants to go for it. Rook f6, gf6, queen g4. But then there is not really a lot of stops. So maybe we can go. Queen g4, and then there is not really. Yeah, he's coming down actually. He's coming down to c2, and this is a very dangerous position. I'm again getting slaughtered, I guess. So it's time to do something very quickly. So rook c1 is a thing, rook c2 is a thing, queen captures a2 is a thing, just a lot of things. So yeah, let's just defend this pawn. What can I do more? Not really a lot of things to be done here. He's playing very well, like he's just playing way too well, right? He's just playing against my isolated pawn. He's controlling the only open file on the board. And yeah, black is already better, so I have misplayed this position pretty badly, I guess. Yeah, rook d2 maybe only move, I guess. Trying to keep control, still in the position, try to defend this slightly minus positions. Okay, we have to go here. Rook d1 is also thinking h2. Is there any threat? Knight c4, hg4. There is no threat, so let's just go in here. So he plays rook to c1, check, king h2, and he's thinking. And he plays queen to d6, pinning the knight there. But I'm already thinking to sack something here. Like, yeah, if you well, let's just go g3. Let's not allow any counterplay there. Any dangerous pins or something. Maybe we will go king to g2, and rook f6, queen g4, king f8 is always on the cards. So yeah, there's a lot of things in the position to be taken care of. My opponent is thinking. So let's see what idea does he comes up with. There can be some h5 h4 ideas maybe, or I don't know, like this is not easy position. Queen d5, he against goes back, and yeah, not a easy position. Like, to be very honest, I don't even see a single good move in the position. g3 is just a clear weakness. Literally, we don't have moves, man. We don't have that many good moves. Okay. Okay, we are already down to some few minutes. Can we just sack, takes? No, not really. We don't have moves, man. We don't have moves. Let's just go queen to e3. Let's pretend like we have a plan of going queen g5 or doing something, but to be very honest, we don't have a single plan in the position. This position is very tough to play, and our rook is pinned because if you move that, then rook h1 would be checkmate. So, like, yeah, very rough position, very rough position to play. Like, yeah, and the next idea is going queen c5, and I'm already down to 49 seconds, so it's huge time pressure as well. Yeah, rook c3, rook d3 maybe. The funny part is queen g5, rook f6 is not even a threat because rook h1 is checkmate. Not queen h1, anything is checkmate. So yeah. My opponent is thinking, she is trying to come up with a plan. Maybe rook c3 is a plan, rook c2 is also a move. A lot of good moves. I am kind of out of moves. Maybe I have to play something like knight c4, blocking that file. Or something like g4, try to not get checkmated on the h1 square. The rook on the c1 is a menace, man. He is a very, very strong piece. So my opponent is also thinking a lot. And my opponent plays the move a4, trying to break open the queen side. So we don't have a lot of time, so let's just go knight c4. We don't have time, man, to think about the position right now. We just don't have time, like just 39 seconds. Like, this is very tough position to handle under time pressure. Like, yeah, we have to analyze this game very carefully. Like, maybe we have a lot of mistakes, a lot of here and there positions, like a lot of positional mistakes as well, I guess. Yeah, like I wanted to play a positional game, but I missed a lot of position mistakes. I've done back to back position mistakes here. Yeah, C4, my opponent is also getting a little low on time, but we have increments, so that's the only good part. Takes rook c3 maybe. I don't know. He can even sack actually. Rook capture c4 is a thing. Yeah, knight e4 is also a thing. Just go rook to d3. I don't know. Like, we just don't have good moves in the position. And like under time pressure, it's sort of. Maybe you can play queen f4 and try to put some pressure on the position. Knight f2, knight g3 doesn't really come. Okay, I mean this position is minus, that's for sure. Oh, what was that? No. Sorry about that. The position, the rook is pinned. Wow. We're going to lose a rook here. Wonderful. So let's just go here. Oh, you could have just taken that rook. I missed that. Oh my god. I could have just taken on c1. I completely forgot that. Wow. Wow. Takes. Okay, still we have threats. We have the threats intact in the position. And the c1 rook is also hanging. Oh, maybe we have played the best moves because now f7 is hanging as well as the rook on c1. So yeah, maybe we can somehow hold this position down and exchange, but yeah, too much to expect. Yeah, just to exchange down, and yeah, this is lost, I guess. Tough game, man, tough game. Just trying to hold this position desperately, but there is not really a lot of things, and obviously under time pressure it's getting more tough. But okay, that's not the excuse. I have played bad quality chess back to back 2 days. Oh wow, he just sacked it, man. He's like, yo, we don't even need them. Okay, let's go queen e1. No. Queen b1. This is GG's. This is GG's. He's up a pawn, and yeah, he's getting through this position, man. This pawn is just promoting. This pawn is just going, man. We have to go for some counter play, but where is my counter play? There is no counter play, man. Where is the counter play? Okay, let's just go for some checks, but queen f2. This is GG's. Well played, man, well played. GG's. Okay, let's go for some checks, which doesn't even exist. And now it's time to resign. Well played, man. Second loss in day 2. Guys, let's go through this game and analyze the key points and the key mistakes of mine. I lost 2 games, but today I didn't play that obvious blunder. So yeah, the opening was normal, I guess. Yeah, the London system takes knight c6. Okay, already knight e5 is better, which I didn't know. Okay, bishop d3, queen d3. Okay, bishop d6 takes. Nothing serious till now. Knight b d2. Yeah, b5, I actually have to play b4. So this is already my first mistake. I was thinking about playing some other moves. I played knight e5 at the end. I was thinking about queen b5 or a3, but I didn't think about b4. So this is my first mistake, which I should be thinking about. Should be thinking about opponent's counterplay and stopping them preemptively. So b4 was very important move, which I missed, obviously. So knight e5 I played. And he played rook fb8, again knight b3 or something. So in this game my mistake was I was not finding the correct plans, which is very important for position play. When you are playing positional, you are not playing tactical chess. You have to find the correct plans and go through them correctly. Like, you have to find them, but I have found all the wrong plans. Rook e3, like, yeah, look at that. Black is already slightly better after a5, but obviously my opponent will b4, which is a little preemptive, and c4, and this is another critical mistake. So I didn't even take that much of a long time. I only take 16 seconds. Look at this. And this is another mistake. So back to back mistake. First I have to stop that, and second I don't have to take, like, let him take, but c4 allows him to take and gets a very nice isolated pawn position. So 2 positional mistakes already, not playing b4 and playing c4. So yeah, knight e5, yeah, d5 was better just to get out of this position, but I don't want to play an endgame again. Third mistake, don't taking with the pawn. I took with the knight, which allowed him to pressure me forever, and after that he just played pretty well, I guess. Like, I didn't got a single chance, and yeah, I tried hard, but yeah, I couldn't. Like, he just got a very nice position. And look at this, like, I didn't got a single chance. Takes here. Yeah, we could not. He didn't give me a single chance. Well, look at this, like, I didn't even got a single chance for the comeback. Like, yeah, this was anyway lost. He just finished me off, like, here. Maybe queen b5 check was a little better. So the main 3 to 4 key points in the game, let's look at them again. The first mistake was not to play b4 in this position, just to stop his plan. So that is my first mistake, but okay, that is not a huge mistake. The position is still equal or slightly better for black. So yeah, the second mistake is going for c4, which is very bad, because the d4 pawn becomes an isolated pawn, completely weak pawn and backwards pawn. So that is my second mistake. C4 takes, knight captures, knight d captures c4, knight captures c5. And the third mistake is going for generalized idea that I don't want to play an endgame against a 2300 or a higher rate player. I don't want to play an endgame, I want to play a middle game. So the generalist idea cost me this game. If I would have taken this knight with a pawn, then takes and maybe knight d5, and this is a completely equal position. And even after knight d6, I don't know, like, white is also pressing after rook f3, rook a d1. White is the one pressing, but yeah, it will most probably end in a draw. So I should have taken with a pawn. So these are the 3 mistakes on mine, 3 positional idea mistakes, 3 planning mistakes. So which should have been done. In positional chess, planning is everything. You have to plan through, you have to find the right plans at the right positions at the right time as well. So yeah, I was not able to find those plans. I was not good enough on the given day again, and I lost 2 games in a row. Training game number 2 is done. And if any of you guys has made it to the end, then thank you. And if you liked it, then like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the Chess Arko channel. Goodbye, guys.